name is Flash Isaac, and I'm a teacher from the future. We shall be taking a look at more questions under sentence completion. I will pay my debt in dash. A. Instrumentally. B. In installment. C. In instrumentally. And A. By instrumentally. When we talk about installment, I come to your office, your store, and I say, give me this TV. TV. And you say the TV is 100,000 naira. And I'm like, no, I don't have 100,000 with me, but I need the TV. Then you will say, we be friends, I know you. Okay, this is what will happen. Drop the 50k that you have. Every week or every month, you can be paying on installment, like you are paying small in pidgin English. You say, okay, no problem. In that case, you've agreed to pay in installments. The correct English for that word is not instrumentally. You don't say you pay instrumentally. Pay instrumentally is very wrong. It's simply in installments. Therefore, I will pay my debt in installments. That makes option C the correct option. Neither there nor the twins dash dash the game. Neither there nor the twins dash dash the game. When you talk about neither, you are talking about two groups. And in that two group, you are not choosing this, you are not choosing that. So, that doesn't like the game, and the twins also do not like the game, which means neither bear nor the twins dash dash the game. And anytime you have neither in a sentence, the verb should agree with the second one. Like neither this with two. In this case, bear and twins. The verb should agree with twins because it is closer to the verb, which makes neither bear nor the twins like the game. Like is plural, not singular. If it were neither the twins nor Barry, it would be likes, because the verb in that case is agreeing with Barry. Please take note of that. Option A is the correct option. I dash dash to pursue my education. Was not opportuned is wrong. It's not a good English. Was not chanced, did not chance is wrong. So instead of you say I was not opportune, simply say I did not have the opportunity. Therefore, I did not have the opportunity to pursue my education. Option A is the correct option. And with that, paper is made dash dash wood pop. A made from, B made on, C made of, and D made with. Now, made of and made from are actually confusing words in English. When do we use made of, and when do we use made from? You use made of if you can still see the material. For example, chair is made up of wood. Your table cabinet or office table, they are made of wood. You can still see the material. See the material. Now look at this. Paper is made from wood. Although it was made or gotten from wood, when you look at paper, you don't see wood in its raw form. You don't see the material, but we know that it is gotten from wood pulp. In this case, paper is made from wood is more correct than made from wood. Paper is made from wood is correct. Paper is made of wood. It is very, very wrong. And here, since the fight, Joy and Gift have refused to talk to Dash. Since the fight, Joy and Gift. When you are dealing with two persons, you don't use themselves. Themselves work with three or more. But anytime you are dealing with two persons or two things, either and neither are our sure bet. So since there are two, each other is correct. They refuse to talk to each other, not one another. One another is also used when there are many persons. And let me correct option C. Talking to themselves means you are talking to yourself. I am talking to myself. You are talking. B is talking to himself. C is talking to himself. D is talking to himself. So themselves can also be used in that context. But in this context, option D is the correct option. Then it was very easy for the two political parties to form a coalition government. A is correct. Coalition is joining political parties, people of different political parties together to form a group or for the same purpose. That is coalition. And this is our plan for the trip fair dash dash when the rich man did not give us a lifeline. For a plan to fall through, it means to fail to happen. If you are saying his plan for the future fell through, it means the plan failed to come to reality and they were refused lifeline. So constructing this, our plan for the trip fell through, not fell down or fell in or fell off. No. Plans fall through, fail to happen. When the rich man did not give us a lifeline. Lifeline is more accurate than life help or life boat. Makes option B the correct option. With that, for some of the questions, I will explain in details. For others, I will explain shallowly. For few, I will give you the answers or the answer straight up. The first question we are having here says, some scientists are trying to dash human beings in their laboratory. Is it to implicate human beings? Is it to fabricate human beings? Is it to imitate human beings? Is it to replicate human beings? What this sentence is trying to let us know is that some scientists are trying to make human beings in their lab. Trying to trying to replicate human beings, to reproduce human beings in their life. They look at human being. Okay, this is how you look. This is how you function. Okay, let's see if we can reproduce. Following this procedure, let's see if we can get another copy of human being, a reproduced version of human being. That is what it means to replicate. Looking at all the options, the most appropriate is replicate, to reproduce human being or to make something exactly the same as it is. To replicate, replication or replica is different from duplica or to duplicate. Duplicate means exact copy. If you check your folder, you see some pictures, they are repeated exactly the way they are. One picture repeated twice or more than 2 times. In that case, that is a duplicate version, exact copy. Even contact, you see duplicate contacts. Files, similar files, exact copies. Photocopy is like exactly the copy, that is duplicate. It is different from replicate. While duplicate means exact copy, replicate or replica means to reproduce. Then imitate means to copy or to behave like someone or to do or behave in a way somebody does, whether to ridicule the person or otherwise. And the next question, the philanthropist devoted himself dash the poor. The philanthropist devoted himself to helping the poor. That is very correct. Not to help the poor or to be helping the poor. No, to helping the poor. When to is used as a preposition to show relationship between noun and pronoun, a noun or nominal element should follow. Example, a gerund. The philanthropist devoted himself to helping the poor. The first prize was dash 3. The first prize was dash 3. A carved wooden attractive tree. B, a carved attractive wooden tree. C, an attractive carved wooden tree. And D, a wooden attractive carved tree. This is under order of adjectives or arrangement of adjectives. Adjectives qualify noun or tell us about noun. She is very slim. Very slim or slim is trying to tell us about noun or about pronoun she. John is so fat. John is the noun. Fat is the adjective trying to tell us how the noun is. Adjective also tells us how the noun behaves. Now you will see questions under many adjectives used to qualify a noun or pronoun. So how do you then arrange them? In what order do they come? The shortcut for arrangement of adjective is do shisha bomb. Do shisha bomb. Take a look at the shortcut. Do shisha bomb. Now, do, the first D there stands for determinants. When you see a, an, d, which is articles or demonstrative, this, that, or possessive, mine, yours, theirs, or quantifiers, a little, a few, or numbers, double, last, which is order, first, second, one, dozen. All these ones, they will always come first arrangement of adjective. If you have a and you have second or first, the way we are seeing it here, that's how they should come. But most times, out of all these, only one will be picked. So you start with determinants, which are examples a, an, d, they are articles. Demonstratives like this, that, those, they, these. Demonstrative, then possessive, my, your, their, my, theirs. A little, a few, quantifiers. Others, double, last, numbers, first, second, one, dozen. After that, opinion should follow. What is opinion? Opinion simply means what you feel about person or what you feel about something. Examples of opinion are beautiful, ugly, rich, poor, dull, kind, wicked. So somebody's behavior or what you feel about the person, observation, lanky, stupid, all those stuffs, they are opinion. Your opinion of the person or of the adjective. So after determinants, opinion should follow. Then after opinion, size should follow. Big, small, large, extra large, all these speaks of size. After size, shape should come. SH is shape. Triangle, square, rectangular. So they speak about shape. Then age, new, old, obsolete. That speaks of age. After age, color. K stands for color. Color should follow. White, red, blue, green. Then participle should come after color. Participle are words that end in en, ed, or ing in adjectives like wanted, broken, talking, wooden. No, broken, wanted, talking. All those things, they are under participle. Then O stands for origin. Origin speaks for, is it Spanish? Is it Nigeria? Where is it from? That is origin. And after origin, material. Is it a wooden material? Is it glass? Is it plastic? So what material is the noun or pronoun we are trying to describe made up of? Then last, the noun comes in. The noun we are trying to describe. So the person, the place, the thing. That is arrangement of adjectives. This is an example. This is a well-arranged adjective. A fine car, a fine new car, a fine new stolen Chinese car. A, determinants. Fine, opinion. New, age. Stolen, participle. Chinese, origin. Car is the noun we are trying to describe. The first prize was dash. Now a should come, determinant should come in. Determinant there can either be a or an. So looking at option A to D, determinants, they all came first. After determinant, opinion should come in. let's see, is that opinion? Attractive is opinion. So attractive should come immediately after the determiner. That means an attractive. So without going further, option C is correct. A, after determiner, it goes straight to carved. B, after determiner, it goes straight to carved. D, after determiner, it went straight to material, skipping opinion. So after determinants, opinion should come in. So an attractive carved wooden tray. That is the correct order. So make sure you learn how to arrange your adjectives, the one that should come first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. Bolaji runs just as fast as I. Just is correct. It means exactly. So Bolaji runs exactly as I do. Option C is the correct option. And the government has frowned upon politicians who are out to amass wealth. Amass is more appropriate than to gain wealth, to waste, and to steal. In this context, amass, to gather, to pack all the wealth. So now let's look at this question. The driver was short of petrol, so he dashed down the hills with the engine switched off. Now you are driving, then you discover that there is no petrol, I need to save fuel. Then luckily for you, you see a road like this, descend. You say you off your car, you free your gear, you disengage, neutral. Then the car will start rolling down. Rolling. The car is rolling, you are not making use of fuel, and your engine is off. So that is exactly what this sentence is trying to explain. The process of doing that, turn off your engine, your car is rolling to save fuel, is referred to as coasting. So the driver was short of petrol, so he coasted down the hills with the engine switched off. And the rain fell for days. The rain fell for days. A, unending. B, at ending. C, at end. And D, on end. Ladies and gentlemen, if you say the rain fell for days unending, does it make sense to you? If you say at ending, does it make sense to you? If you say at end, does it make sense to you? If you say on end, does it make sense to you? As far as I know, the option that actually makes sense is option D. The rain fell for days on end. And on end means it without stopping. The rain fell for days on end means the rain fell for days without ending. So you can use that to impress your friend. Say, John, the rain fell for days on end. The rain fell for days on end. Like, what are you talking about? And mind you, it is on end, not on ending. Very, very important. Now, the reason why he was not offered admission, his result could not be found. Anytime you have the reason why or the reason, it should be followed by that. The reason you couldn't do it is that. Don't add because to the reason or to the reason why. The reason I couldn't come is that I was busy. Not the reason I couldn't do it is because. No. Because the reason or the reason why already tells us because. The reason I couldn't do it is that. The reason is that. Not the reason is because. No, don't use because. And to me, I feel we should reduce or stop our usage of the reason why. The reason is already telling us why. So why say the reason why? So I feel jammed, flopped here. But nevertheless, the reason or the reason why should be followed by that and not because. Option A is the correct option. Because of his dash nature, Aya was strict out of his wrist watch. He's open-minded, easily deceived. He doesn't know what's going on. Now, they've tricked him of his wrist watch, collected his wrist watch. They did not shoot him, there was no gun, it was trick. So he was easily deceived. That means Ayo was a pliable person or is pliable. Pliable means easily influenced or controlled by people. Because of his pliable nature, Ayo was tricked out of his wrist watch. And the clubs were not dashed on a solid ethical base. Created, found, founded, founded. Since we are dealing with clubs, it has to be founded instead of created. We didn't create it, it was founded, made by the owner. So therefore, the clubs were not founded on a solid ethical basis. What is ethic? Ethic is the study of the good. Philosophy, from the root word philo and sophia, means love of wisdom. It is divided into metaphysics, epistemology, axiology, and logic. Metaphysics is the study of things that come to be beyond the physical, beyond the physics. Epistemology is the study of knowledge, the theory of knowledge. Now, axiology is the study of the good and the beautiful. The good is referred to as ethic. The beautiful or beauty is referred to as aesthetic. While logic is the study of that which counts as sound reasoning. No error in reasoning, which are fallacy. You say, I don't know Bolo Bolo Go. Somewhere like Bolo Bolo Go does not exist because I don't know it and I've not heard about it. That is argumentum ad ignorantia. Appeal to ignorance. Because you don't know, you say it doesn't exist. You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it. See, he wrote to you. Dash. A. Didn't he? B. Wouldn't he? C. Hadn't he? And D. Hasn't he? This is under question tag. And the rule of question tag is if the statement is positive, question tag should be negative. If the statement is negative, question tag should be positive. That is the rule of question tag. Now, he wrote to you. He wrote to you. In English, he wrote to you simply means he did wrote to you. So he wrote to you, it is something he did. Now, the question tag should be didn't. If I say you didn't do it, the question tag should be did you? If I say you would go, question tag should be wouldn't you? If I say you wouldn't go, question tag should be would you? So that is the basic or the rule of question tags. And they are usually very, very easy to answer. Now, when there is no auxiliary verb, like I told you, then you should use do, does, or did. He wrote to you. There is no verb for us to get the opposite. But deep inside here, there is a hidden did. He wrote to you is something he did. He did wrote to you. So, didn't he? A is the correct option. The government, which dash dash recruiting dash workers, suddenly stopped doing so. A, the government, which is recruiting their workers, suddenly stopped doing so. B, the government, which was recruiting its workers, suddenly stops doing so. C, the government, which are recruiting its workers, suddenly stops doing so. And D, the government, which were recruiting their workers, suddenly stopped doing so. Take a look at this from the context. And generally, we take the word government to be singular. Government is a body, they are acting as one. So government is singular. So if government is singular, the verb, whether in past or present, should also be in singular. Therefore, the government, which was okay, I'm talking about past tense because they stopped doing so. They were doing it in the past. So that makes past tense come in. The government, which was recruiting its workers, suddenly stopped doing so. As a singular word, option B is the correct option. I watch him as he dug the hole. I watch him as he dug the hole. Now, I watched. Watch means past tense, something that already happened. So, as he is digging, his present continuous. As he digs, his present tense. Now, dogged does not exist. Nothing like dog in English word. Therefore, since it is in the past, D-U-G, dog, is correct. I watch him as he dug the hole. If it were present, we will say, I watch him, or I am watching him, or I watch him as he digs the hole, or as he is digging the hole, depending on what you are trying to pass across. And look at something. If I say, I saw him steal the meat, and I say, I saw him stealing the meat, which is correct? I saw him steal the meat is correct. I saw him cross the road, and I saw him crossing the road, which is correct? I saw him cross the road is correct, because these are actions that happen very fast. You don't take years or months or hours to steal the meat or cross the road. So I saw him steal the meat, correct? I saw him cross the road, also correct. Yes. Here is Mr. Odumosu, who teaches English dash in our class. This question is to test your spelling, your ability to spell. The question is, can you spell? In one of the episodes tagged Lessons and Structure, I listed the top spelling questions set in JAMB, and pronunciation is one of them. The undoing of many candidates is that they take it to be pronunciation. No, it's actually not pronunciation, it's pronunciation. And the correct spelling for pronunciation is Pronunciation. Pronunciation, as seen in option B. Option A is the wrong spelling. Option C is the wrong spelling. Option D is another wrong spelling. Tyre could have supplied the goods, but it was dashed into two. Now, don't say splitted. Don't say splitting. And don't say it was split. The correct thing is it was split. Split is still past participle of split. It remains. Tyre could have supplied the goods, but it was split into two. Please sit on the carrier. This is another spelling question. Now you see parents, they put baby inside something. You see the children, they sit there, they are so relaxed. So that is carrier. Please sit on, or where you can sit down. Sit, generally. If I say sit on the carrier, the A is not the carrier we are talking about. A speaks of job, profession. We are not talking about B, and we're not talking about D. We are talking about option C. The teacher gave me dash of good advice. Now, advice is a non-count noun. Non-count noun. So a lot is most suitable for this case. We cannot say a few or a much or many advice since it is on count. we simply say a lot of. The teacher gave a lot of advice. Option C is the most appropriate. And the scholar examined dash of the subjects. Okay, okay. Now, I don't know if you've seen something like this. 20 man shall fall one day. A 12-man committee or a 20-man committee, not 20 men or something. When you have compound, these are compound nouns. When you have two words joined like this with dash, you need not put plural here. 20-man committee simply means committee made up of 20 persons. And in this case, the analysis is a three-part analysis. Option C is wrong because there is no dash. If there is no dash, then you should put plural next to it. But so long there is dash, they are compound words. Option B is wrong because part 3 analysis isn't appropriate. So a three-part analysis is correct. A three-part analysis. The scholar examined a three-part analysis of the subject. And finally, yesterday, my mother asked me if I was tired. Yesterday, she asked me if I was tired. So it's past. We can't use present. And that is it. That is it. I wanted to know his political beliefs. So I asked him what dash. I wanted to know his political beliefs. So I asked him what these are. No. A is wrong because not just one belief, different political views, different political beliefs. Was what this was? No. What this is? Present? No. What these were? Correct. I wanted to know his political beliefs. So I asked him what these beliefs were. I wanted to know. Past, plural. Everybody is allowed to dash his views on the state matters. When it comes to views and affairs or matters, we are not talking about hear his view or show his view or share his view. The correct is air his view. When it comes to state matters, you are allowed to air your views. You are allowed to make your opinion public. You are allowed to say what you feel. That is airing your views. And the man is refurbishing the flat with a view to selling it. Refurbish, renovate, repackage. And even most phones, iPhones, Android, many of them are not directly from the factory. They are phones with problems. You see some persons, they take it to their company, they change some things, refurbish, repackage, and sell to you. So in that case, you are probably using an inferior quality or at least not the original version. With a view to should be followed by selling, not with a view to be selling it or with a view to sell it. No. And here is it. Whenever to, T-O, as I can see here, to is used in a sentence, the verb that should follow should be a gerund form. That is ing formed. Verb that end in ing, they are called gerund. So, with a view to selling it, with a view to having it, with a view to doing it, with a view to killing him. Take note of that and add it to your dictionary. And the last question for today says, if I ask me what time it was, not what time it is, because asked, past tense, not what time it is, not what is it by my time. No. If I ask me what time it was, option C is the correct option. The chairman is too much dash and idealist for this government. When you have too much, it should be followed by of, of. Therefore, the chairman is too much of an idealist for this government. Now, there is usage of whoever and and whomever. That is the next question we shall be looking at now. Whoever is an object pronoun and works like pronouns him, her, and them. While whoever is a subject and it works like the pronoun he, she, and they. My father told me to take the money from dash dash it. Whomever offers it, whoever offers it, whomsoever offer it, and ever who offers it. Take this or take it this way. Whomever functions like him, her, and them. Whomever functions like him, her, and them. It is usually an object pronoun. And whoever is usually the subject pronoun, and it functions like he, she, and they. So him, them, he, she, and they. That is the versus. Now, my father told me to take the money from whoever offers it. He can recall the important dates in the nation's history. It is interesting to listen as he rattles dash. A. Rattle up. B. Rattle out. C. Rattle off. And D. Rattle over. Rattle out is actually to produce a series of loud noise or words. That's rattle out. The rattle up means to score a high amount by quickly answering questions in a game or competition. To score a particular amount very quickly in a game or competition. To rattle off means to perform or produce something quickly and effortlessly. In this case, he was able to produce or to say the important dates very fast and effortlessly. And it was interesting to watch as that happened. So rattle off is the most appropriate option. And how is the new editor dash dash on with his work? How is the new editor getting on with his work? That is correct. To get on with something means to manage or deal with a situation, especially successfully. And there is a difference between resume and assume. Resume means to continue something after you've paused temporarily, while assume means you are starting for the first time fresh. So A. Babies. B. Babies. C. Baby. D. Babies. This is trying to test your knowledge of the possessive case. Possessive. If I say this is John's book, it means the book belongs to John. That is possessive. The book belongs to John. Now we are trying to say that the dresses belong to the babies. To the babies. Now, which of them is the correct possessive case? We can say that this is the baby's dress, or these dresses belong to the babies. Now there's already S. So to show their possessive case, or to show that the dresses belong to the babies, you simply put dot here. Dot here. So that is the correct form for possessive case of baby, like this. Therefore, they are the baby's dress. Option B is correct. Option D is not the right possessive form of baby. Option C and A, they don't even show possession at all. Now we've gotten our answer. And the next question. The minister addressed the workers to boost their morale, to boost their morale, to boost their confidence, to make them able to face challenges, to ginger them. That is morale. And the morale we are talking about there is not M-O-R-A-L, which talks about value. No, it is M-O-R-A-L-E, morale. So option A is the correct spelling of the morale we are talking about. If I am boosting your morale, it is the one in option A that I am boosting. But if I am teaching you morals, then I am teaching you option B. The girl says she is averse dash dash what others admire. Averse. Averse should be followed by to. Averse to mean she has hatred or immune or hate or against what people actually admire. She doesn't admire them. So averse to is appropriate, not averse from or averse for or adverse with. No, she is averse to. It means she has aversion for or averse to dash dash dash. Measles dash dash a bad effect on the skin. So the fact that measles has s doesn't mean we are talking about plural. It has s, but it is a singular case. These are words that look plural, but they are singular. Measles is singular. Therefore, measles has a bad effect on the skin. Has a bad effect on the skin. Option A is the correct order. Both questions are alternatives. Alternatives. If I have A and I have B, if they are alternatives, it simply means that I can answer A, leave B. I can leave A, then answer B. Whenever you are dealing with two persons, two things, two items, two values in English, we make use of either and neither. If out of the two things you are choosing one, then we use either. If out of the two things you are not taking any of them, you don't want any of the two, you use neither. If I say either John or Joy, it means if you bring John, it will do. Or if you keep John and bring Joy, it will do. If I say neither John nor Joy, it means if you bring John, no. If you bring Joy, no. And in use of English, anytime you see either or will follow. You use either or, and anytime you see neither nor must follow. Neither this nor that. If two questions are alternative, it means you are picking at least one out of the two. So or will come to play. And since A or B is coming to play, then it agrees with either. Agreement. So both questions are alternatives. You answer either one or the other. Either does not go with nor, and neither does not go with or. So option B and D are grammatically wrong. We cannot use C because we are choosing one of them out of the two. So option A is the correct option. And the next one goes for $15,000. Did I win this money? I can't remember. But let's see this question. Wunmi as well as Julius dash dash nominated. In English, when you see as well as or together with, assume that this part is not part of the sentence. Always assume. If I say Jude as well as the students, from as well as, assume that it is not part of the sentence. We are focusing on Jude. The subject is our concern. So the verb will be singular if the subject is singular, and it will be plural if the subject is plural. This is what I'm trying to say. Wunmi as well as Julius dash dash nominated. So if we remove as well as Julius, it simply means Wunmi has been nominated. So not are being nominated or have been nominated. No. Wunmi is singular, so the verb should be singular, has been nominated. From as well as, assume they don't exist. If I say Wunmi together with the family, blah 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 blah, Wunmi is singular, the verb should be singular. Take note of that. This question goes for $12,500. and it says this is an improvement dash dash your last report. You improve on, you don't improve over or off or against. So improvement on is the correct one. You improve on. Then this question goes for $10,000. It says you can have dash of these two books. A, any. B, either. C, some. And D, none. So now we are dealing with two, this guy or this guy will come to play. So you can have either of the two, which means you can have first one or you can have the second one. I think any should be used if there are many. And this question goes for $2,000. Either Ubuntu or dash dash to go. Now look at it. Either Ubuntu or you dash dash to go. The verb should agree with you. If I say either John or you, the verb should agree with you. This question is very, very common in English. So the verb should agree with you. Assume that either Ubuntu or is not part of the sentence. If you remove either Ubuntu or, you are left with you dash dash to go, which means you are to go. B is the correct option. It is high time we dash seeing her. Anytime you use it is high time, the verb should be past tense. It is high time we go. Wrong. It is high time we went. Correct. It is high time we did it. Correct. So, it is high time we stop. Wrong. It is high time we stops. Wrong. It is high time we stop. Wrong. It is high time we stopped. Correct. It is high time we stopped. So option B is the correct option. The first one says the interpreter was wrong because he gave the congregation a dash translation of the pastor's statement. A, literal. B, unilateral. C, lateral. And D, literary. When you are interpreting statements, you can choose to interpret it literally, or you get the expression as used in the statement. Literal translation is correct, not unilateral, not lateral, and not literary. In this context, literal translation. Now, what is an example of literal translation? The pastor says, the kingdom of God is at hand. Then the interpreter, pastor say, the kingdom of God is at hand. In that case, you are given a literal interpretation or explanation of the statement. Not all statements are interpreted exactly how they appear. That is the reason for a topic in English called sentence interpretation. You don't interpret sentences based on how they appear in sentences. You look for the deep meaning, not the literal meaning. So deep meaning is not for the shallow-minded. Like John holds a key position in the office. You will say John holds the key to the office. No, it doesn't mean he holds the key to the office. It means he has a top position. He has a major role in the company. He's one of the commanders. He is big in the office. The team manager told us that the race could only be won by the dash. Race is won by swift-footed, which means fast-footed. Remember, the race is known to the swift. So swift, fast-footed, they are supposed to win the race. Option D is the correct option. I dash my dog for a walk every evening before it died. Wow! In this case, the dog is no longer alive. So the person is trying to reflect on the past. If we are dealing with past, therefore taking and take will be wrong. If I say I take my dog for a walk every evening, it means the dog is still alive and I still do that. But now the dog is gone. Option B and C, present continuous. I am taking my dog for a ride, meaning you can see me and the dog doing it right now. Since we are not doing it right now, we no longer do it. B and C are wrong. A is wrong. A should work if he said I had. which is past participle. I had taken, but not I had taken. I'm trying to tell you about the past. Therefore, I took my dog for a walk every evening before it died is very, very correct. Option D is the correct option. The dash part of the new book is often written by a more experienced writer than the author. So they are trying to test you on register. This is a word associated with publishing. C is correct, which is forward. If you are given a textbook, you see somebody talking about the textbook. This is a very good and is recommended for all students. Generally, forward is not given by the author, someone expert in the field. I am writing a mathematics book, I have a maths book, Then someone, I call somebody, help me forward this book. So an expert, a professor in mathematics, he will say, I've gone through whether I read it or not, or whatever. After reading this book, I feel it's a very great book. It is simplified, and I recommend it for all students preparing for any exam in any country. Blah 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 blah. So that is forward, and the spelling is FOREWORD, as seen in option C, not the other guys. I dashed to pursue my education. A did not have the opportunity. B did not chance. C was not chanced, and D was not opportune. Ladies and gentlemen, don't ever use opportune in a sentence. I wasn't opportune. I was not opportune. It is not a good statement. Instead, say I did not have the opportunity. So A is the most appropriate. Thanks for watching. Your one and only teacher from the future. I hope you found this class interesting. Feel free to check out the playlist for more amazing videos, and don't fail to install the Flash Learners application right now for notes, videos and questions to meet all your needs. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out any of my sweet videos. See you in the next episode. Don't forget to tell everyone around about the Flash Learners. Bye.